Welcome back to the Jordan's Furniture pregame show on a Paw Sox Saturday night. In professional baseball, watching and rewatching film is super important. I've probably seen Major League like 10 times, and I saw Moneyball twice in theaters. Speaking of Moneyball, did you know Chris Pratt played Scott Hatterberg? Chris Pratt! Who knew? Oh, right, not that kind of film. Anyway, here's some actual film as Kyle Hart breaks down a pressure-packed at-bat with Mike Monaco.
All right, we're here with Paw Sox starting pitcher Kyle Hart, and Kyle is kind enough to spend some time going through one of his recent at-bats. Pitched against Louisville a couple days ago against one of the best hitters in the league, Brian O'Grady. Big spot in the game, fifth inning. You guys are up 2-0. Can you take us through this at-bat, Kyle?
Yeah, so for me, I mean, given the situation, you're kind of put in a tough spot, partially self-inflicted. You got a guy up with two guys in scoring position, a 2-run lead and 1 out. He's got 25 bombs. The guy on deck's got 21. So it's kind of pick your poison here at this point. For me, up to this point, this has been a better matchup. I felt like Aquino in his second at-bat just missed a changeup that he may have been able to do a little more damage with. So I kind of elected at this point that I was going to go after him. And with first base open, hopefully after getting him out, you could kind of pitch around Aquino. So we've been pitching him pretty well inside. I wanted to start him even more inside, just inside for a ball to see if he would chase. Just because he's far off the plate, so you have to go in. If you go in for a strike, it's something that he can handle. But we had a pretty good sequence in mind. I think me and Juan were on the same page just leading up to this point. We kind of knew what we were going to go at him with. So this is a two-seam that kind of gets in there a little more than I wanted. Served its purpose though. So now for me, I'm going to stay in there because I truly believe that that's my best pitch against him is something sinking in on him. Preferably I want this pitch up rather than down. Just that's kind of the way his swing sets up. This pitch does miss down, but he swings over it. So me and Juan had talked about, change-ups might be effective pitch to him. Juan actually called it earlier in the game, and I shook off of it because I wanted
against O'Grady?
Yeah, because I wanted to throw my changeup right after a fastball. So I felt like this was a perfect time to throw my changeup right after that sinking fastball. It's going to look pretty similar to him. It's a kind of a low-risk pitch, and this is where Juan and I kind of had to confirm because he shook to a lot of different pitches, and I don't know if he quite knew that was the time I wanted the changeup.
So runner at second here, how many sets of signs is he throwing down?
On average, about 6. He's got a couple sequences and cues that he really likes to use and that are comfortable with me. They're different for every guy. I know he has a lot of different sets of signs with different guys. But like right there, we're talking about this pitch and then the pitch 2 or 3 pitches down the road, just to lessen the usage of signs. But again, in this situation, I'm still not really trying to throw a strike here. Just knowing how good he is with the bat and how good he is at hitting the ball in the air. We've seen it time and time again. He's got a chance to drive in this run and get this guy to third. So there's the changeup. Yeah. So now for me, I have not thrown him an outside fastball all day. Okay, everything's been in. Everything's been sinking into him. So right now, I felt like this was the perfect situation to throw my best fastball down and away, try to get a take, and get the second out of the inning.
And you're not expecting him to chase?
No. So that just missed a little off. I really can't throw it any better than that. But that's the one where, geez, if I could have just hit the outer third, the outer third. I didn't need to hit the black there.
Right.
So I was a little frustrated that I didn't make that pitch, but we're talking, inches at that point, millimeters. So now I'm thinking, okay, no, we went changeup down and in. Now I took my shot away. So now I'm going to try to start the cutter in and try to nick the other side, the other corner. That's another pitch that he hadn't seen yet. So at this point in the game, trying to protect the lead, third time seeing me. If I have something that I'm trusting and that he hasn't seen, I'm going to go for it. So we went with the front door cutter. Again, just didn't quite get there. Yeah, that's just in. I mean, Juan does a really good job. So a lot of these pitches you're thinking that's got to be a strike, but he's just so good back there, and it happens so quick. You have to slow it down to see it, you know.
So you're 3-2 at this point. You've shown him cutter, two-seamer, fastball away. You've shown a changeup down.
Right.
What are you thinking at this point?
Again, you know, my thought as soon as I get the ball back is this is the guy you have to get. You know, Aquino's the guy we said is not going to beat us today. I'm not going to load the bases, you know, to face Aquino. So again, I'm gonna challenge him here. That doesn't necessarily mean fastball, but in this situation, coming off the cutter there, and how much he looked like he didn't want to hit that outside fastball, I'm going to go back to it and just honestly try to give him a good one. Yeah. And that's where the challenge aspect of it comes in. He really prefer that down and away. I mean, it did miss up over the plate a little bit, but I think just the constant battering of the inside part of the plate set him up for at some point swinging through a fastball, you know, down and away, up and away, whatever. Just he was probably thinking in there. You know, that's what that swing tells me. A little bit late, a little bit sluggish for a guy like that who's got ridiculous numbers, ridiculous ability. But yeah, that was a big out for me, knowing now I can just make, you know, some quality pitches to Aquino. You know, not that there's not a good hitter on deck in Longy, right, but you're starting to mix and match the lineup the way you set it out to be.
Well, Kyle, pretty cool to learn from your perspective. Thanks for sharing the insight with us.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And always.
Kyle Hart taking us through the pitching routine here. Back to you guys.
That's all we have for you tonight on the Jordan's Furniture pregame show, but stay tuned because first pitch is coming up right after the break. For all of us here at McCoy Stadium, I'm Brian Danoff. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you next time on a Paw Sox Saturday Night.